Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President Weah was riding private jet. But the Joseph Parker abroad to power is riding private jet from here to go to the country. But I will speak because people in sacrifice for me were passing to go to my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday were going to be right today. I had no regret to vote against one person here. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them people. This country is a better place and will be a better place.
Yes, sir.
Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside.
So,
but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you make is breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they are too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we kill people, it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people go there, government kill and say, sacrifice people, young love and lawyer say, give me 1% and one go in law. But they sit down over there in front of their family post because they need work. And the person that needs work and the person sacrifice post they want there. We implore our family because some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no better time when the country is not better. It is every better time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern the people. They are people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person who will enter people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and bring out for marketeers, flipping runners, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is wrong with carrying a benefit out. Because we are close.
Joseph Boga to forget about Yaka Koluba.
what did Boga do? Yaga Koluba.
He tell Yaka Koluba. So Yaka Koluba was you are not on the thing that you talk. You forsake yourself why Yaka Koluba was you. Yaka Koluba was you for you. You want to know a lot of Yaka Koluba. So to them now, and we do who name is about Yaka Koluba for that. And I'm going to run for Yaka Koluba there.
You go for Yaka.
Yes.
For who Bene?
Because Yaka Koluba and the one that is talking to him was. So you are telling to this Yaka Koluba because a budget.
Oh, Yaga can be talking to the president. It's not good thing.
Yes. They're happy. Saying that you and my mother are not happy for you. Then you are not going to betray Yaka Koluba or betray the great people and laugh at it. Yaka Koluba are not going to force you. You understand? You have to get them out of there for Yaka Koluba. You don't want to Yaka Koluba there. It's not going to lie.
You go for Yaga?
Yes, yes, yes. They don't tell us to take Yaka Koluba for them. We don't want to take Yaka Koluba for them. We don't want you. They see the young people for them for Yaka Koluba. They don't for them for Yaka Koluba. Anything people for people don't. Then you say, what are the way you not to tell the country they corrupt? You say you're going to take corruption for the country. Now you're calling them more corrupt for me. People are dying every day.
You said the president probably is the most corrupt.
No, I'm coming down. So I will shot you. You will shot me now for Yaka Koluba. I'm going to Yaka Koluba. Then you forget for Yaka Koluba. àwọn sọ́sọ́ èkó tó tẹ́tẹ́ tí ẹ̀yẹ kẹ́kọ́ nípa sọ̀lẹ̀ náà yìí lè wọ̀ lẹ́bi àlọ́ọ̀tì yìí ẹ̀yẹ kẹ́kọ́ nípa ìnáwó àṣì.
Okay. All right, coming to anything you want to say for now before we leave you?
The people are going to see I have to so.
Thank you so much.
And then you get called by a group. They must forget that I get called by the people. No one's still over there. Only some are going to start one pony. So one will go for a star one pony. We want to become a America. Now, ever got one. You not see one more protest in the door. I want to come into one more protest. Yes. We are best. You can't. You know, see, because some are right side corner, so they right side one corner, they do our own of it. And they tell the other police, they tell them what do I want, pull out advance. You can't watch it for it. Tell it to forget about it, can't call you by it. Okay, bye.
Hello?
Eric,
Yeah, man.
my son, you made mistake.
Mother.
I heard you like that near go in the
Jena wama nyebe yaba, wama nyebe nyagate, wama freedom fighter. Jena wama nyebe yaba, wama nyebe yaba, wama freedom fighter. Jena
I don't talk because God knows why it's happening.
when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came here, they changed their mind. When they came here, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. The freedom fighter you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo,
And
ayo.
that way, you just think it's all kind of way, but all kind of things.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo.
So they went all kind of way, so kind of things. They did a resolution. Because of any problem.
Yeah.
Then they said it. They did it.
When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came here, they changed their mind. When they came here, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo.
You're right. You're right.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Music.
So what is going on? I never told you why you did it. You know what I told you?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So, starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. My brother said
You are so
freedom fighter. Oh, I'm on you. I'm a freedom fighter. Get in your job, your wasa. I'm a freedom fighter. Get in your do your baba. I'm a freedom fighter. Get in your people on the I'm a freedom fighter. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. What a wonderful way we like to welcome all of you, our people, on the beautiful Wednesday morning. to yet another great conversations about the issues that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. Oh yeah, we are back. We're back to engage and engage. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning to our friends, our fans, our followers. Good morning to those of you in the diaspora. Welcome to yet another intriguing conversation right here on the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9, where we discuss the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Without fear nor favor, we speak truth to power. And that's why we are the nation's number one. Welcome to our friends. Welcome to the cyclists, the keke riders, the taxi drivers, the killer bean drivers, the conductors, and all of our fans on the killer beans right now, moving from Batnaville Estate to Johnson Street, from New Georgia to Johnson Street, from Douala, just wherever you're coming from. Those coming from the Cadwell end, oh yes, welcome. This is the breakfast platform that speak out for the voiceless. We're here, we're back. It's very good to be here. Too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia. Oh yes, indeed. Interesting. Very recently, we saw the dismissal of the head of Enfield. And upon the dismissal and the removal of Dr. Dugbe Chris Young as Director General of the National Public Health Institute, Dr. Young, there were a series of conversations and publications and reactions where Dr. Young is quoted as claiming that he refused to commercialize public health in Liberia, partly due to his refusal to commercialize public health emergencies in Liberia. And that's why he's gotten the slap, or he got the slap then. So Dr. Young told us that in less than a month, the current team at Enfield has announced a whooping increase in the number of import cases. And you're wondering what has happened. How did we get here? Is that what they wanted Dr. Young to have done? That he insisted on? He said he needed the facts, and he needed the facts. Oh man, give me the. That he needed the facts and needed to be scientifically convinced on the numbers before anything. And the Unity Party executive mansion weren't pleased because they felt that there's money somewhere they need to get. They only need to increase the import cases, increase the number. To come in with the money, and now they have the person that can make it work for them. So we'll review what MPOC has released right here this morning on the show. Public health has been commercialized or what? It's the major question that we'll be seeking to answer right here on the show. Drawing comparative analysis between the period of Dr. Dugbe Chris Young and the new authorities at the National Public Health Institute. So at the moment, the time at which almost everybody is kind of getting over the whole MPOX thing is when the new team say that thing you're on the number 9 increase. The cases, I think around 2,000 or so. But we'll get the numbers right. We've been campaigning and advocating and drawing the president's attention also to a corruption case in Lofa County at the Lofa County University, where the president of the university and host of officials of that public institution were charged, were indicted for mass looting of the university coffers. And some of those money, we were told, were used to sponsor some facilities of the Boakas Foundation in Lofa, the Telewian Hospital, and other places that have made it difficult for the president to take action against the president of the university there in Lofa. So on yesterday, Radio Lugisi reported on their official social media handle that there was some arrests made, and of course 3 of the accused in connection to the corruption saga at the Lofa University were handcuffed and sent to prison. For what, we'll tell you the details and of course what you need to know about that. Is that enough? I'm not sure it's enough. The real culprits are out there and they're being shielded a political patronage. And lastly, we begin our conversation around a particular portion of the national draft budget 2026. Look at the figures, look at the allotments. It's important what is behind some of these decisions. The national security agencies, the astronomical increase in the national security's proposed budget for 2026 have raising eyebrows across Liberia. And pundits have got different reactions, different views about that. This has come in the wake of the Unity Party's pronouncement of an ambitious campaign to construct headquarters across this 15 political subdivision of Liberia. We're also getting credible reports that the Unity Party has already make advance payment for the properties in the Congo Town area there.
When they were coming, they said they were.
According to them, they are having December 6th to raise money to buy the property, so but they have already made some people. So where is that other money coming from?
They change their mind. When they
The shape and size of the conversation right here this morning on the nation's biggest breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9, and the big news. So the Liberia Broadcast Awards, Broadcast Media Award has shortlisted your show, has shortlisted your favorite breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise, as the biggest and best radio talk show in Liberia. So it's out there. You need to go and support and vote and make your voice count. For all of you that have been impacted by the sacrifices and the contributions we make, a genuine contribution, free of charge. We risk ourselves to come here and speak truth to power on your behalf. This is your time to give us our flowers when we are alive. And also, of course, I have also been nominated so the boy is in your court. It is your turn to tell us how well you appreciate the sacrifices we make and that value, the value you attach to whatever we do here for our country and for all of you. It is a very difficult undertaking to have the government united against you, to have even families refusing to talk to you because you've decided to stand with your country. You refuse to accept, to kowtow into the intimidations and all of that. So the award ceremony, the award organizers I've said, look, these young people are having the real impact. Look all over the country, anywhere you pass, any corner you pass in the morning, you're hearing one voice. Abu and Hagar, all over the place, all in the corner, in the church, in the mosque. Oh yes, the radical young people are taking their small button phones with the radio on it. They go to church, they playing Freedom Money Rise. Go in their offices everywhere. So they say this is the time for the nation to speak. They say, oh yes, it's about the substance. It's about what that is moving all of these people towards the Freedom Money Rise. So go out there, support and vote. Indeed, my name is Abu Sharif, and of course, hey guys here. Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberians following the conversation this morning. It's a pleasure to be right back here. After we promised yesterday that we were going to be here, God has granted us that opportunity to be here with you, and too many things to talk about. I'm still here figuring out why, on what grounds, if this information is confirmable, on what grounds the National Elections Commission will have to approve two main political parties right within the same environment, not far from the area that is believed to have been purchased now by the Unity Party, which is their old party headquarters around the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex there, to the CDC new home is just a stone throw. And we know what these two political parties have been like over the years, and comparing what it will be like during the pending 2029 elections. I see it very terrible for Liberians living within that environment. But again, this is Liberia. This is the only country we have, in, like you said, why the guys I showed voting around talking about soliciting funds from supporters to go and purchase or to build their new home. They have already purchased, and we are receiving information that that money was found through the NSA budget. But again, too many things to talk about. We are here this morning and we'll uncover some of these things.
So apparently they told the McLean family, just wait, the allotment has already passed. So so we already passed it, put it in the budget. Once the budget passes and gets signed, right, then you can be assured. And if any institution you want to rely on for proper scrutiny of these kinds of instrument that comes from the executive mansion, I bet you don't put your bet on the House of Representatives. It's rubber stamp. It's concentrated with bootlickers. That's who they are in the majority. You know, majority carry the rules. These are people who have abandoned, and I saw a report from Grand Bassa County where Eton Tier was reporting that for the last 2 years now, all of the lawmakers in Grand Bassa have abandoned reporting the district report, right? Submitting district report, reporting to the district. All along from the Ellington to the Weir time, lawmakers will always go by and give their district annual report, right? For the past 2 years, right? Almost 2 years now, right? This rescue arrangement, the people have abandoned. So basically, your lawmakers are serving the executive, particularly the representatives. They feel very good, strong, and of course, ones there. But a lot of them, they're bootlickers. That's who they are, irrespective. I mean, that's where you see all of the problems in the community, right? So your views are not mainstream into any decisions they're making anymore. In fact, you know how many times you complain here, you say, oh, this is our position, this is what we want, this is all they want, they did their own thing, because they're all serving the envelope, they're all serving the whims of the presidency, and it's terrible to have a robust term legislature, right? Such a fragile democracy, such a weak democracy. The people will suffer. The people will suffer, right? It is only the powerful elite that will have their way through. But anyway, today is Wednesday. I don't know whether we are okay with the
Yeah, I think it got sorted out yesterday. Immediately after we left. In fact, we were at the verge of signing out when the notice came that it has resolved. So yesterday, other presenters here had their day on it. So let's try see what.
Okay, definitely. So that's a good news. So you can join, right? For all the days that you've missed, it's an opportunity to just begin the process on *255*1# for just $50 this morning. You can win $5,000, 10,000, 15, 25, and of course a bag of rice. But the threshold matters. You have to reach the threshold. You have to reach. We all have to reach the threshold before these doors can open, and then allow the opportunity for any of us out there to be one of the lucky winner. We intend to pay a lot of people because the whole week I think this is the first time that we're going to do anything because of system failure. So *255*1# *255*1# is the code, and we're going to repeat this as often so that you will get back. And because some of you probably started thinking, people quit to consider the other way around and stuff. But this is it, man, right? *255*1#. And so let's take a break with Cram Stopper. When we come back, then we begin the conversation right here on Freedom 87.9. Your favorite breakfast show is right here. And yes, all of these we do is because of you, the people who are suffering and all of that. We've been following the situation with folks in the Rototown area there. Once upon a time, even the senator moved in and got, somebody would say disrespected, but he was not listening to, which clearly also demonstrates the lack of coordination, and, for each other. You have suspended and go ahead and talk to the lawmaker and all of that, but the public works team that were available that day, they defied the presidential hopeful. The presidential hopeful was standing there with a wet t-shirt with his stomach shooting, and the people said no. He said, but the thing I want to message, no, we'll implement it, but the thing you want issue on the people, so the people say no way. So, but this is what it is. Well, we are beyond that. And I saw a video from there of a young man crying, and the scourge and impact of these kinds of rush and of course disorganized government action always affect the poor people, right? Crying, where do I have to go? Look at my children. And the bulldozer broke down the home, put the home down, and the smallest shop that they sell in for survival was also breaking down and all of that. For those of us that are doing fairly well, we sit in the comfort of our offices and in our home. We say, oh, yeah, man, if you want to go, development got to go on board. Oh, you got to be human being to think about the people. That's why you have to be a responsible government. You have to be a responsible government that prioritizes your people. So when you want to go move the port to Rototown, you design a small little scheme and envelope to at least compensate them and say, oh, we are sorry, but we just have to do this, but please, we understand you are also our responsibility. So let $10 here, yeah, $5 here. Please, at least in the meantime, you can find somewhere to be with your family while you try to pull life together back and pull yourself back together and all of that. But no, once Bwaka goes for his useless travel, he comes back and nothing to show. The next thing you see, yellow machine busting people home to divert the public conversation and public attention and all of that. So Rototown has been hugely affected, and we're looking at these things and others that's happening around the country, and we'll keep talking about it so that because the government has failed, maybe philanthropists can come in and help our people. Right?
Definitely.
Let's break, and we will be right back.
About musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see So if you see crime unfolded, don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bring it safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, enemy you check. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
No boyfriend, no worries.
Original spare parts for your vehicle. Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of full synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oil, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Oh, yes, indeed. Welcome back, folks. That was a very short commercial break with our partners and friends. And of course, this program is brought to you through the kind courtesy of Crime Stopper Liberia, biggest community-based, non-violent advocacy organization. Yeah, Crime Stopper Liberia, of course, has been doing immensely well. Continue to do it. So it's important, and they're supporting all kinds of efforts and, of course, programs, whether it's town hall engagements, where you're educating citizens about the importance of the rule of law, the court system, the police, instead of alternative justice mechanisms and all of that, discouraging mob justice, mob actions, or trial by ordeal, and all these kinds of things that do not allow, the actual process of due diligence or due process in law enforcement. So, Crime Stopper Liberia is our biggest partner. Hagar, do we want to recognize some of our followers?
Most definitely, we can do just that right here, beginning from top to from bottom to top. Good morning, Freedom Morning Ras. I am closely following from ELWA Junction. That's Martha's son. That's Martha's son. Mohammed B. Fudi says, "Good morning, guys. I'm following you from Grand Cape County, Guokiam Gulakone District." Anthony Wigan said, Anthony Wigan saying, "Following you guys from Sunny Kule."
Okay. Hey, sorry, you have to let hold on a little bit, and we try to educate you all on some of what Crime Stopper doing, and there is no man that can do it better to explain some of the programs and the activities and all that than our own CEO, the old man Sam Sion, who's the Chief Executive Officer of Crime Stopper Liberia, has been investing his time, his resources, his energy, his passion. He's very passionate about law enforcement and, of course, the rule of law culture. So, old man Sam Sion, Chief, you're live.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning, Hagar. Hagar, don't mind my Pekino. Look, we move on. Yesterday, we started this new program with Crime Stopper Liberia.
Okay.
We are putting up $10,000 right now, and then the $10,000 each would be those motorcyclists.
$10,000 Liberian dollars or United States dollars?
No, $10,000 Liberian dollars. With other benefits.
I want to be sure because money being hard, and so when you call money new.
Yeah, we won't make you're right. But not only the 10,000 LD Abu, there's additional money for those that were escorts. Take for example, if someone suspects a motorcycle roll at Jamaica Road Junction, right? And then the motorcyclist found him to be those that are usually hijacked their bikes on it. So the motorcyclist group that will rescue that guy and take him to the police station. Once the motorcyclist, they made a motorcycle road, normally instead of killing him, they were taking and escorting to a nearby police station. Once you reach that police station, we, Crime Stopper Liberia, will be offering $10,000 to the victim, the person who the motorcycle was stolen. Then additional financial assistance will be given to the victim while that case is being investigated by the police.
So who's the victim in this case?
So now, okay, the person whose cycle was stolen, before they kill the people, they can accuse them of stealing motorcycle, right? So when you see this man a motorcycle roll, because we won't get to the nitty-gritty of the matter. We don't just want you to say motorcycle roll and you just summary execute it. So when you say motorcycle roll, for the fact that he's a motorcycle roll, you will see him and identify a motorcycle roll by taking him to a police station. You just enter that. Enter out of 10,000.
Which is 10,000. So you who will grab that accused motorcycle criminal and say, oh, instead of beating him, let's carry him to the police station. You get $10,000 from Crime Stopper Liberia.
So when you get to the police station, that individual who accusing you will be able to explain which, when, where, how. So the person will tell the police, they meant he stole motorcycle, then who will then identify the victim. Probably the person who identified him as a motorcycle roll, the person may not be the victim. Maybe they saw it happening, or the person could be the victim. So when we identify the victim, then we'll say the person will bring all the motorcycle information and give it over to the police. The police will not investigate that motorcycle stolen case. If it's true, the police will retrieve it and give it back to the owner, or the police will retrieve it and go to court with it. So while you are going through the court process, we also provide you additional. Take for instance, your motorcycle, you can make $1,000 profit a day, right? Or $1,500. So while the police investigating that case, until the police investigation is concluded for you to go to court, because the police will not release the motorcycle over to you. They will go to the court and the judge will use that discretion. The owner to say you're getting a motorcycle while the case is or whatever, but the Once that case is
so that means while you are sitting home and the case is on, Crime Stopper will
every
give you
day,
something.
every day, exactly, you get 1,000 now, 1,500. It depends what your profit looks like, how much you are making, and we'll make it public so you come receive the money you'll be.
So is it flat rate 1,000 for the number of days you're sitting home, or you have to sit down with Crime Stopper and see how much you used to make on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, the number of days you will stay home because we will ensure that case is expeditiously handled.
Mm-hmm.
But the number of days you will not be running your motorcycle will be paying you for that day.
Okay, that's beautiful.
You got it right until that case is handled. Because if we don't do that, we want subsidize the loss you are sustaining as a result of what that road did to you.
What about in a case of a suspected theft? Probably the person attempted stealing the bag and were not successful, but then people lay hands on him. So instead of beating him, they decided to take him to the police station. Will the people still receive the 10,000?
They will still receive the 10,000.
So even the person attempted stealing will also get a 10,000, even though they're not going through the court process, right?
Yes. One the attempt was made. The guy was not beaten. The bag was taken to the police station. He was reported to a police station. He get it because at that point the police will not go to court with that case. So what they will do, you pay a bag. The man that did it will get him warning and whatever process the police go on, but will say give you 10,000 for just ensuring that he was not killed, he was not beaten.
What is Crime Stopper's mechanism to determine whether the cases that will be reported are real cases? Because people could stage something and come to Crime Stopper office and say, oh, they may attempt to steal my bag. And, they begin and they get plenty of trick. Say, oh, that's my boy. They just set it up. So what do you do to make sure that, yes, actually it's an actual case, it's a real case?
Yeah, you're right. People could attempt to do that to just get... So and interrogation and all the years we have had in law enforcement, working with the police, we ensure the police will be able to tell us if this is genuine case. Yeah, this case is genuine. Not yet two motorcyclists from Jonathan decided to bring their friend to the police station and say, oh, they only want to see you to receive the money. If you do that, that would be theft. Okay. If you do that, that's stealing. So we were fraud. You can't do that to us because we're trying to ensure that our young boys that are killing, fighting each other, stop. We want to reduce it, if possible, curtail it to the best that nobody will get killed along the road again for just being suspected of being a motorcycle.
I want to ask you one question.
So in the case where
industry.
So in a case where I arrest somebody who was accused of motorcycle theft, how can I get to Crime Stoppers Liberia?
Very well. So as long as you get to, you're not calling me on your own. You got to be reported to us at the police station.
Okay.
Because we need the police to verify. By the time you call us, say, look, they were about to kill a motorcyclist, we rescued him, we got him to the police station. Then the conversation begins from there. Okay. So we will then call the police, a representation of Crime Stopper will be there. Our coordinator, Madam Musu Massacre, got that money on hand, and we're trying to set this precedent. We hope today, tomorrow, somebody will come out and say, yes, today we arrested this motorcyclist, and this was Crime Stopper intervention. We are ready, but we cannot just give it to you because you call us and say, yes, I rescue a motorcyclist that was about to be killed. We need that to be done at the police station. We'll go there to verify. The police say, yeah, they brought this man here. They say the man a motorcycle thief, they were about to kill him. These are the people who saved and protected him and brought him here. We'll also investigate, like Abu was saying, to ensure that it's not a settle in that stage. When we got all of that verification done, because the individual who stole that thing, if the state they know they'll come and go to jail, the police will charge them and put them in the cell for court processing. Mm-hmm. So if you go stage your friend for your friend to come be charged and go to court, where that is business. But once the police verify the process, they identify the victim, they identify the individual or who may have stolen the bag, the person they charge, you who saved that person will give you the money right away, and the additional benefit will give you additional benefit, including t-shirt. We got raincoats on it, rain gear, raincoat on it, Crown for Liberia. We got t-shirt, we got pen, we got copybook, we got a lot of stuff we're getting out for people who protect these people in the communities.
So lastly, so what about Hagar and myself? We're talking about it. We probably 10,000 too for today.
I hope that someone will call your show. We can actually add the morning show there if it's possible. So if someone find a motorcyclist, guide and rescue them to a police station, they can call your Freedom Morning Ride, and Freedom Morning Ride can get in connection, in touch with all Grand Sabo Liberia, our coordinator, Madam Massacre, and all our operators to say, look, the people are calling the radio station, they arrested and rescue a motorcyclist on Ghana Day, New Georgia, that are about to be executed by this motorcyclist. A group of them brought him to a police station. We do a representative at a police station, so whatever amount we pay to ensure that guy will not killed on the street, the radio station that broadcasting that information will get 25% of the amount. That one can buy a scratch car. You know, we don't get money, we get 100% for it. So,
yeah, because you know, you can always forget about the media in your planning and things, so we can't be squeezing it.
The media plays more because you read, like I'm speaking right now, yesterday our own one station called Play around Rita.
Blaze Radio.
Yeah, I was there. You know, Unikin is there, and people luckily you're coming on your media this morning, and hopefully before the end of this week, we'll be reaching out to several media outlets talking about how the reward will be paid, and one make sure at least this week we get 4 or 5 or 10, you know, motorcyclists show on, you know, protecting someone who is about to be murdered, and say, look, here it is. So we can make that publicity that you need to receive the money on camera and talk to other motorcyclists so they can emulate their example, so we can at least reduce or minimize this kind of broad-based summary execution of young people who just been accused barely of suspected of committing crime.
Honorable Omen Sam Sion, 2029. But anyway, let's find some other time for that. Or you want to say something about 2029? No,
2029, I'm not inside. Okay,
oh, you're not inside again?
No, I'm not inside.
Why?
But anyway, the time, we'll be standing behind.
Yeah, you still looking at it, or you're not inside?
You're not forcing Babel to say inside. The Babel says you're not inside. Simple.
I will talk to you next time.
Yeah. No matter I will hold the Babel not inside. You can't force the Babel to tell you saying inside. It's as simple as it is. All politicians have to be strategic at this point.
Yeah, you know, they're very professional and, of course, specialized Liberians in this country that who always want to remain within the periphery of their, you know, academic discipline and all of that. And, you know, but when leadership continues to fail and there are a lot of disappointments and all of that, then people start to believe that it is sometimes a good thing to fix from within. And then that's how you see consummate professionals transition to politics, and they're running for offices. They want to bring their ideas on the table because those on the table, you know, are basically not living up to the expectations of what good governance and leadership is, like we see with Darius Dillon and their likes, right? But anyway, it still remains in the purview of the persons themselves to say, yeah, it is a good call, and I'm going for it, and all of that, and blah blah blah. So let's move on. Crime Stopper is putting up some summer executions that we've been witnessing across Monrovia and other parts of Liberia, of individuals accused of motorcycle theft. So the government continues to struggle on ways to mitigate these things. So intelligent organizations like Crime Stoppers are saying, okay, let's make it citizens participatory. Let's put the people themselves, let's get the cyclists involved, let them take charge. So instead of rallying in mass to go and execute, an accused, right? They will be rather going there with the understanding that it comes with a reward, it comes with a benefit, And it comes with a certificate, in fact, because you're going to have the opportunity to come to Freedom FM and the nation going to know you. And, you know, that's good. It's a good thing. And let's hope that cyclists all across the country are listening this morning. Let's try to minimize the violence in our country. Let's be one people. It's not good to steal. It's a bad. Fully armed, very dangerously armed. Yes, we understand. But again, we all can't ignore the law. We have to follow the law and respect the rule of law culture in our country. I think that's what Crime Stopper Library is trying to do.
I can't wait for the conversation on the national draft budget.
Oh yeah, we'll get it.
It's going to be a very interesting. I uncover something, Abu. Mind you, in 2024, the Ministry of Internal Affairs had a budget of $23,201,998. It climbed up to $31,351,199 in 2025. And guess what? In 2026, the proposed budget here is $57,069,165.
So you can understand, you can unpack already, but we'll get there. So folks will have to slip and go straight in. Let's go to Enfield, right? And see MPOC. This is emergency, this is health, and it's about the people. At the end of the day, the vulnerable, the masses, and you know, people who are hawking in the street, people who are doing the regular thing are the ones that will always run up, or who knows, like many conspiracies will say they will just bring some kind of injection, put in a poster, feeling linking, and normally that the vulnerable people they will do these things too. So it's alarming. And of course the reports out, I send it to you, right? I send you a link, so please open it. Yeah, open it on the screen and let's talk about it. This one is just coming, right, as it relates to the MPOC situation in the country. And people are saying, in as much, but where does that leave this whole thing when Dr. Dubek said that he was never going to accept commercializing health emergency in the country. And in less than a month, the new team there have started releasing astronomical numbers, huge numbers of cases, right? And this is it. So how did we? Is it that while Dr. Nyan was there, they were sitting on the numbers, they were sitting on the cases? Could that be the reason? Or is it that the current team have accepted to commercialize it, right? And put Liberians, vulnerable Liberians at risk simply because the government is trying to get some money, right? When you try to do business with the health of your citizens, the least you can do for your people is to protect their life. Make sure that they live, that, you know, make sure that whatever they need to do to live, you create the enabling environment for them to do that. So, but a government that uses the health and life of its people to profiteer and of course lure the international community into giving them money, what sort of government is that, right? These are the things that we're not going to allow slide because we have political issues to talk about, right? These things are absolutely unacceptable. So let's read what the release said. So Liberia confirmed 1,308 MPOC cases. Right? Okay, just go ahead.
Monrovia, November 10, 2025, the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, or NPHIL, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, or the MOH, and international partners, has announced a comprehensive 3-month plan to curb the spread of MPOC across the country. At a press this thing is okay. So at a press briefing over the weekend, Liberia's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Catherine T. Cooper, reported that as of November 3, 2025, the nation has recorded 2,447 suspected cases of MPOC across 65 of Liberia's 98 health districts, covering all 15 counties. Laboratory analysis confirmed 1,308 positive cases out of 2,309 samples tested, indicating a positivity rate of 56.6%. So far, 6 deaths have been reported, while 1,154 patients have fully recovered, covering 148 cases. Currently 148 cases remain active, either receiving clinical care or undergoing home-based management. Montserrat County remains the epicenter, accounting for 57% of all infections. It is followed by Nimba County 18%, Maigibi 7%, and Grand Bassa 5%. The remaining counties each account for less than 2% of the total cases. Dr. Cooper emphasized that while the outbreak response has made important strides, Liberia still faces a critical phase. We have made important progress, but continuing community transmission poses a serious risk. She said this requires bold, sustained action from all of us.
Okay, so this is a map. This is a map that Dugba Christian released May 29. Liberia's MPO update the National Incident Management System at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, NFIL, as of May 27, 2025. 58 active cases, right? And then 0 death, 136 confirmed cases, 78 recover. And so this was the situation around that time, right? So let's say from May to where we are now, this is how many months? June, July, August, September, October, November. About 6 months later, maybe there have been other updates, right? But the current team is telling us that from 58 active cases, we're over 1,308 around there. How did we get there? Most people.
You said when was that?
May 27. But the update was from January 1 to May 27, right? Between that period. That was what, right? So these are some of what happened. These were the outlook of the whole Mpox situation, right? I'm trying to lay my hand on the reaction, the statement that Oyan made when they removed him. The removal that many believe was because he refused to accept politicians control the running of the entity, and he also refused to commercialize, to use Enfield as a pawn in the political play, risking the life of the ordinary people, using a health emergency, because by doing that, could be taking specimen from those that are already infected, right? And juking it into other people, right? Because the government got to claim the number up and show it to the people. So when Dr. Young refuses to do that, that means Dr. Young was refusing to accept the government or some elements in the government's proposal for him to contaminate more Liberians with Mpox virus, right? That the politicians will use and tell the international community, say, you see, oh, our people are dying, we get Mpox, so you need to bring money, and when the money comes, what happens? So these people in power today are used to the Ebola day. You know, Ebola, a lot of them became millionaires around here. So they want to recreate the Ebola scenario, the Ebola reality with the Mpox thing, right? This Mpox thing that other countries have already done with already. They told something, they put it, they continue, it's done with. But the government still continue to use the Mpox thing as a bid, right? To getting money for some politicians around the place. So a professional man, a scientist, like many have known him to be, as much as he's actually been very open about his political stance and all of that, but it still does not deny the fact that he is a professional man, he's an educated man, all of that, and he's knowledgeable about the area. Right? So what kind of society are we building? What kind of country do we have? You have a government that's prepared to commercialize the health, the safety, the survival, and the life of its citizens only to attract money, right? And this is so what justifies 1 week later that Onyang is off, and then the import cases have skyrocketed all the way to 1,000 plus. Hey, God, the thing that will not even go 100.
And that's why I'm trying to trace back the latest release done by
Dr. Onyang.
So
I'm cautious that probably after that maybe something happened because
something
it was
something came up from what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
something came
because
up
it was around
August.
here, around this. Okay, August.
Something came up in August, and that's
so. But it was around this time they started raising the issue. So they needed his August publication, right? They needed his August publication to balloon the number. That did not happen. The moment the August publication came out and did not balloon the number, then he got in real hot water. We're not fan or friends of Dr. Onyang, and some of you will not understand our advocacy on the radio. Basically, what we are trying to do, deceit in governance, right? We are trying to say and expose the hidden agenda of very devilish elements who believe they can use their political offices and power, right, to wield any degree of influence, even if it is affecting the people or against the will of the people. Absolutely, we will not do that. So you're all talking, and Dr. Onyang is our friend. He's our friend, right? Today, right now, he's our friend. But when he misbehaves, we'll come for him. But right now, he's our friend. He was unfairly treated, looking at the facts and what has happened in less than a month. So I think 2 months or 2 weeks or so.
Let's get this clear, Abu. This report was done by the Heritage newspaper on the 26th of August. And here, Heritage is telling us, as of August, quoting Dr. Onyang, as of August 22, 2025, Liberia's MPOP situation remains under control. According to the Enfield National Incident Management System, the country has reported 0 deaths and 112 active cases with a steady decline in new infections nationwide. So as of August 22nd.
Okay. So you see, as of August, so we steady decline in infection, right?
So it's just roughly about 2 months.
So by the time we're in August, the Incident Management Office was reporting when Dr. Onyang was there, who refuses to commercialize public health, right? The incident management with all the laboratory results and things they were getting, they said was declined. The contamination rate was going down, right? August, September, October, November, right? 3 months later, right? Mr. Bwaka removed the man, put another person there. The person said from 112, right?
So
1,000.
Let's do it like this.
Plus.
From August 22nd to September 22nd at 1 month. From September to October 22nd is 2 months. And we are, today is what? November 11?
Yeah, that was
so it's less than 3 months. So from 112 in August to 1,440 something in October.
See, in November. Early November. So somebody make this make sense for us.
So the government is trying to tell us we have received over 2,000, right?
So instead of what the incident management reported in August, that there was steady decline, right? So the current team is telling us that just before we wake up in the morning, the cases just start flying all over the place, and we in 1,308. We are not the technicians, but we're making sense of the different conversations that's coming out of reputable institutions like the Enfield. The data has to be accurate and the issues have to be consistent and supporting each other, right? How is this possible? From January to August, we raised up 112 cases, right? So calculate from January to August. How many months is that?
Not January, Abu. I think
No, I mean considering
when
the
it was
first
reported,
report.
it came up in November of 2024.
Yeah, no, I'm considering the first report I read.
Okay,
January,
let's consider
right?
it at that.
So I'm 2025 now. From January to August, 112 total cases with a report of decline in the infection. Then from August to November, early November,
2,447 suspected cases, and they are confirming 2,309 sample that were tested. They say 1,308 proof positive.
Folks.
So
where
over 1,200 plus or 1,199 plus.
So we hope the partners are listening. You need to push the government to really prove this thing. And Liberians now, you got to be careful. Folks, the poor people, you got to be careful. When you go to the hospital, as soon as you carry your person to the hospital, please don't abandon them. When you carry them to medical, don't abandon them. Because we're encouraging the partner. We're not saying the government has lied outrightly, but we're saying please do extra due diligence on these numbers. And while we are asking the partner to do extra due diligence on these numbers, we're also encouraging citizens to be mindful when you carry your patients anywhere. Look after them. Make sure you're there. Don't let anybody come. Anything that's not prescribed and confirmed, don't let anybody give it to them. And any injection they want to give you, you ask what one is this, blah, blah, blah. You ask all these questions to remain safe. Because when the number flying like this now, and that Onyan warned and told us that he refused to commercialize public health, and we are seeing what is happening now, right? We are worried. What is this? You're not giving our people a job. You're not giving them food to eat. The free medical services in the hospital, you cancel everything, right? Then you come back again, you start distributing Mpox. Hey, God. What kind of rescue is that? Then you're telling the people, say, December 6th, the Mokan Osa. That December 6th, when you come outside, that the time the Mpox will fly among you. Then after December 6th, now when you hear the update, it's going to be in 30,000. So you won't be part of the number. Just leave the safety of your home. Come outside on December 6th. They will shove sufficient Mpox virus in you. Then they go make their money. Let's take calls and hear from the people.
We can do that on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. I'm trying to lay my hands on that the Chris Yam departure or his farewell statement from
let's take calls.
Let's take calls on 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here. Just be a part of the conversation this morning. If you're not getting your way through on this line, call us on the WhatsApp number. Okay, but then let's get to this. Well, good morning. 0776 104 104 086 500 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here. This morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, I want to thank you people. You know, during the Ebola, we were in the heat. This doctor decided not to lie. That someone else was lying, increasing the Ebola number. And because they refused, this is why they have problem with him. That's how yes, what been there during the Ebola. They had a mission of killing people that said our Ebola. So they thought that they would work the Tabayeswa. That Tabayeswa, they're not correct. So the man refused. That's why you see that I'm coming with the man. Thank you.
Thank you. 0776 104 104 86 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on here this morning. 0776 104 104 86 500 104. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Harris.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to live up with the contribution. See, like that is some of the things that come in. Yeah, it's mostly like the people that support naturally will be the people. Because all in my environment, so that they and that is what preaching on that December 6th. One of the year that you will be there. Yeah. I just called it.
Okay.
All right. So let's hold it right there, right? Basically, what we basically try to do is that let's hold it right there and move. You know, this country here is an interesting place, fellow Liberians, right? I was just looking at, and I knew why you became that way. But let me see if I can share this with you as well, so that you put it up. There are different reactions. There have been different reactions to the draft budget 2026, as much as the simpletons and, of course, the political tabula rasas will be jumping around the place about the numbers, whether they understand the interpretation of the number or not, right? But all for them, the care is, oh, the president, the people say $1.2 billion, but whether it reflects in their lives, they are not saying anything about that. And they seem not even concerned about those. So then it becomes our responsibility to bring the people attention to what really matters, right? It's not just to hear the number, but hear what is happening with the numbers. How do they intend? Because the budget is the national kit. First of all, what I want you to know is that it is a proposal. It's not money that's laying down somewhere. It's subject to legislative ratification, or if you may, the legislature will have to look at the numbers. So anything could happen. It could go plus or minus, right? And some of the considerations could go plus or minus. Let's look at, for example, somebody sent me something on the health, not for the he got the sport.
Yeah, Ministry of Transport.
Yeah, no, the football budget.
The football budget, yes, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
They said they have taken the football budget to 1 million, right?
Which is false, I hope.
Well, that's true. Now that if it's continuing there, right? The budget thing don't have to be done in ways like you just want to write something, right? You want to write something. And in fact, this is the first time they said they had typographical error in the budget. Let me just tell you that. Yeah. So they have to take it down. Gafon ain't be telling you, yeah, I say Gafon that Norse making palabra hot intellectual. The first time Gafon goes submit budget, pull it on the page, the whole world saw it. Later with errors, with miscalculations. People had to make noise, then he pull it down. That you're not smart man there. That the man be passing and say, oh, Gafon not smart man. Gafon, yeah, that. But not like the way people have been making it to appear like it's kind of smart. I think Gafon should be the least man that have occupied that office. Comparing him to his peers, right? Samuel Toure is way more smarter than him. Amara Kone is way more smarter and organized than him. Even Boema Kamara, who is here in the office, the man looking better than Gaff. Look at what people ever came. They do typographical error with the budget. Gafon did typographical error with the budget. But I sent you the Sony, sorry, right?
Yeah, sorry.
It is a piece from an academic. Let me put it that way. How you call him? A lot of you may know Julius T. Jensen, right? Managing editor and publisher of the Democracy Watch newspaper. And he wrote this about the national security budget. So as a country, the biggest question is asked, where is our priority? When criminals go to your house in the air and all of that, when we say, oh, police now come, police say, oh, we don't have logistics. Anyway, somebody sent me a video where the police have bought bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that?
Yeah, where
say for community. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but say, hey, so sometimes these things can get so annoying and you want to say it out the way it actually has to be said. But then again, a society, and people be like, oh, blah blah blah. But are you kidding me? Bicycle? That faggot thing we're doing here, you can't say we need serious boots on the ground. We need serious vehicles that can run behind criminals, and you can't say, oh, you'll be
So
right.
imagine a criminal goes in a community and steal. Police is there with bicycle, and the police is using.
No, then you call they had now. Then you say, oh yeah, police coming.
Police coming there with bicycle.
Then they want bicycle. they pelling bicycle to come to you.
You know when you
a mother pencil the boat
when you want to when you really want to act like you want to prove something, then you start to get things wrong.
Somebody said Gregory won't justify his palo. His share of the 1.2 billion. Yeah. So the man arranged bicycle, put the man on bicycle. Then what's the else again? I don't know what it is. But so this is what Julius wrote. A publisher at that way said the National Security Agency, the intelligence arm of the government, but the title is important. Said NSA gets a skyrocketed 22.19 million. LNP gets dust and patry sum. Has Liberia's security priorities gone wrong? Liberia's security priority, has it gone wrong? The National Security Agency, the intelligence arm of the government, enjoys an allocation of about $22.19 million in the 2026 fiscal year draft national budget. That is nearly 1.8% of the total national budget. A staggering figure for an agency whose operations are shrouded in secret, unaccountable, and often shielded from public scrutiny. I agree. When compared with the budgets of agencies that deal directly with public safety, such as the Liberian National Police, the NSA share is excessive, unjustified, and exposes a disturbing trend in how this government says its priority. Right, fellow Liberians? Out of the $22.19 million, only about $3.7 million goes to salaries. So he got deduct 3.9 million from 22.19 million. Then the question becomes, where are they taking the rest of the money? So where they have put in that, right, is classified under operations and use of goods and services. So NSA say the rest of the 22.19 minus 3.7.
Oh, okay, it should be something around 18 point something. I think
18.4 or 18.5 million.
18.49.
Yeah, 18.5 million when you round up, right? So NSA says $18.5 million. That's what in their budget. And it's classified under operations and use of goods and services, right? Fellow Liberians, this is Bwakai, right? Goods and services. The salary of all those working with them, they said 3.7. But for goods and services and operation, right? 18.5 million of the suffering people taxes that they pay in the country, right? Those vague classifications are often the breeding ground for corruption and misuse of taxpayers' money under the cover of national security. No responsible government should allow such a large amount of public funds to disappear into a black hole of secrecy when schools are in ruins, hospitals lack medicines, and young people cannot find jobs, and you take 18.5 million and pull it and classify under goods and services and operation for NSA. In the 2024 fiscal year, the National Security Agency was allotted $13.37 million. 2024, that's what they use, right? And in 2025, that amount increased slightly to $14.89 million. Now, in the 2026 draft national budget, the figure has skyrocketed to 22, right? 22.19 million. From 14 million to 22 million. A variance of $7.3 million, right? So what has informed, what's the emergency that has informed this whooping variance, representing a 49% jump? This number of jump, 49% jump in the budgetary allocation or appropriation. This kind of jump has not happened for the healthcare sector. It has not happened for agriculture. It has not happened for infrastructure, roads, right? Connecting, you see, Bapolu. It has not happened, but it has happened for the National Security Agency, the covert area. So Liberians are beginning to ask. We're in an age right now, we have to have conversation about what happened with our country resources. This country, the money that's made in the country, everybody has to feel it. Everybody has to get a share. Why are certain people covertly taking huge sum of money and putting it in places to pass around and go back for it and say, oh, that special operation? No sector that deals directly with the people, not agriculture, not health, not education, has received such a sudden and disproportionate rise. The surge in the NSA budget cannot be explained by genuine national security needs. Rather, it signals a continuation of the old pattern of using covert agency as hidden channels for political financing and patronage. It is an affront to transparency and a betrayal of the public trust that this administration vowed to restore. Compare this to the Liberia National Police, the agency that carries the daily burden of maintaining law and order across the country. The police are allotted about $25.79 million, a modest figure for an institution with the largest security workforce in Liberia. These are men and women who patrol the streets, manage traffic, investigate crimes, and respond to emergencies. Their job is visible, difficult, and dangerous, yet they earn low salaries, lack equipment, and are often forced to work under poor conditions. The president sees all of that and say, you put 18.5 million to NSA operation, a total of 22.2 million or so. The Liberia Immigration Service, which guards our borders and deals with human trafficking, receives about $10.74 million. Again, far less than the NSA's allocation. The Executive Protection Service, an elite security unit that protects the president and a few officials, gets about $9.19 million, $9.2 million. These numbers expose the government's warped sense of security priorities. The agencies that actually protect the population and defend our borders are starved, while the intelligence agency that operates in silence and the service that shields the powerful are awash with funds. Such imbalances tell a disturbing story about how this administration views the concept of security. It sees security as something to guard itself rather than to protect the people. At a time when the country cries for jobs, electricity, and better hospitals, the government should be investing in the kind of security that secures livelihoods such as food security, job security, and health security, not bloated intelligence operations that serve the few. Every dollar pumped into unmonitored agencies like the NSA is a dollar stolen from the future of Liberian youth. The Bouaka administration came to power promising transparency and accountability, but this security budget exposes the hypocrisy of those promises. Fellow Liberians, we are not just critical on the government because we want to be critical or because we just, like a lot of you think, oh, they don't let the government, they're opposing the government. Who likes such a government? Right? Just when innocent kids from the MCSS were in the street protesting lack of better conditions across MCSS schools, outside of the country, MCSS scholarship students are protesting. MCSS, right? Monroe Consolidated School System students scholarship out of the country in different people country. They're protesting. The government has turned it back. The MCSS has turned her back. Gafon failed and cried that he could not pay the volunteer teacher and have to remove some of them from the MCSS payroll because of budgetary constraint. But Gafon funds a shielded coded $18.5 million to give to the NSA for operation and schools and services.
Abu, let's get to something here important, right? If you go under the NSA budget, for those of you that got the budget,
so you want to?
Yes, I want. Yeah. So for those of you that got the budget, go to page 236. 230. Go to 234. You will find the NSA there. And let's start up first with the basic salary. Paramilitary service, it says. In 2024, the basic salary there at the NSA was $988,745. It increased.
Say again. That was when?
In 2024, when they just came in. The basic salary there for the NSA was $988,744. In 2025, the basic salary there is $989,116.
Aiming reach million.
So now, then
right, let's get that straight.
Yeah, it reached million. It did not reach million in 2025. Now in 2026, when the CSA is telling us that they have been able to remove ghost names from on government payroll, they've been able to do hair counts, they've been able to do all of the check and balances that have taken people they claim were employed legally from the to the system. After they have taken them up, the NSA is reporting, or the finance ministry here has placed in the budget for 2026 $3,690,628 for basic salary. So why the astronomical jump into basic salary as compared to previous years when those ghosts were on the payroll, when CDC employ, according to them, people who weren't qualified, and they clean up all of the system? Why is the NSA salary, or the basic salary for the NSA, still very high? Why has it even increased to $3 million?
Right. So so pretty much explain. Like, when we tell you, we come here, that this government is stealing at an industrial scale. They're stealing from you. You say, oh, men ain't let the government, the men ain't critical on the government, blah, blah, blah. But you have to evaluate, right, the nature of our critical stance. This country is small. The population is small. You got, right? And the resources are in abundance. For a few people, right? For a few people to think that because they are in privileged offices, and that they will use the national government envelope, right, to satisfy their whims and caprice at the expense of the welfare of the ordinary people. And you think we should sit down and settle to say, oh, that CDC and Unity Party, right? Like the caller said, some people in some community will decide, oh, even if they're hungry, they will come us out in December, say, it's their business. It's the choice that you make for your country. It is how you know yourself. Some people ain't know themselves. They lack the capacity to do self-evaluation and know their value and their importance and what it means to be a citizen of a country, and how you utilize your voice as citizen of a country to advocate for the right thing. The only space on the face of the earth that you have these rights in Liberia. You can go and do that in other people's country. They will hold you, arrest you, and put you in jail, but you can do it here. But here you're denying yourself.
So the next page, the next part on the budget still at 234. You can go there if you got the budget. If you don't have it,
I want to do something about the NSA.
Yeah,
right?
so let's get this. They got a portion in the NSA budget. They say here use of goods and services, and under goods and services, they got intelligence services. The intelligence cannot be justified. NSA will not tell you what the intelligence is, but they get it there. They can tell you it. But in 2024, they had $4,208,356. 2025, it increased to $5,750,000. And then in 2026, the proposed draft national budget, they are telling us under goods and services, the intelligence service that can be justified. They are telling you that NSA is going to be receiving, if the legislature approve it, NSA is going to be receiving $8,300,000 just for what they call intelligence services. You get that? So from $4,208,356 in 2024, it came up to $5,750,000 in 2025. And in 2026, they are proposing $8,300,000.
For what?
Intelligence service. The intelligence service, they will not tell you whether that money that somebody in the pocket changed there. They will just tell you say it was used for intelligence service. GSC can the GSC can audit them. No.
Nobody can audit. Nobody even supposed to be talking about it. So nobody explains. Nobody is supposed to say what that is. And we are not saying explain intelligence service to us and all of that. But basically what we're saying is that the quality of decisions we make in allotting resources in the priority, like Julia said, right? Let's put security into perspective. What are our major risks, right? Somebody will argue that, oh, intelligence is the bedrock of these things and all of that. But when you go to the NSA and do personnel profiling, you know that social political patronage that's going on there. People are taking their family people, just guaranteeing, employment or resources for them, and that's what's going on. People are not duly vetted. People are not qualified. People are not schooled in the area. People use their church relationship. They use their family ties. They use their political party relationship, and that's how they get into these services, right? With bare minimum knowledge, right? And the United Party has recruited tons of partisans into the NSA. So as more people are crying out, the reason why you see they have astronomically increased the size of the payroll, right? What they're going to do going forward, most of these partisans that are crying around here, they'll put them on covert NSA intelligence payroll. That's what they're going to do.
And they got security operation under the same goods and services, Abu. In 2024, security operation had $2,593,943. Increase.
You got to open on the screen. Other people be seeing
the budget. I have to send the entire budget to the screen. That's why.
Okay.
Let me just try to get it. Just give me a few seconds. I'm going to get it. This card. Okay. Let me just read this portion that we transfer it to the screen. Then we start to do it from there. So, under the same goods and services, we got security operation, right? In 2024, it was $2,593,443. In 2025, it increased to $4,632,000. So from $2,593,943, it increased to $4,632,000 in 2025. And guess what is being proposed in 2026? $5,132,000 is being proposed for security operation just for 2026 under the National Security Agency budget. And then the final component here under goods and services under the NSA budget, it says special operation services. So from intelligence operation or intelligence service or services, we came to security operation under the CNSA, and now we are to special operations services. And in 2025, let's get this thing. Okay. So this was where I think they made a little reduction of around 500,000 or less than that in 2026. So in 2025 or 2024, they have 5,574,990. A drop to 3 million in 3,500,000 in 2025, and in 2026 they are proposing from increase from 2026. So they drop it as it was in 2025. 2024 was 5 million. They drop it to 3 million, and now they are pushing it back to 5+ million in 2026. Let me share the entire budget on the screen.
Okay.
So you know what we're talking about.
So this is where we are. I listening to some views that were being sampled on the budget, and I see how the Unity Party and the government actually is running more with the numbers than the details of the number. There's this saying that there's a devil. They say the devil is in the detail. So that's why we told you we're going to take our time to look at these things, because it is not just like Musa Ability said. It's not just to craft the budget for the spectacle, right? It has to be a budget crafted that communicates substance in spending, that sees the people reflected in the spending priority of the government of the day, that sees healthcare gets improved, that sees economic empowerment given its space, that sees human and social rights issue gets addressed, rape victims being well taken care of, psychosocial counseling, and all these things, right? That addresses the social breakdown in the country, that bring on board the elderly and forgotten, the senior citizens, right? That responsibly deals with the concerns of people who have labored and suffered for this country. They're passing around. What did we see over the week? During the course of the week, I think Monday also, right? We saw a flank of former timber or FDA worker marching the street, but say budget gone $1.2 million. The budget that gone 1.2 billion, sorry. The proposal have gone 1.2 billion, the draft budget, right? The decisions that's made on spending allocations, where are they going to? You see the salary of the National Security Agency jumping from less than $1 million United States dollars to a whooping $3+ million. Right? The agency that ran on less than $1 million in salary. You're telling us that in 2026, they can no longer run on $1 million. You're giving them $3+ million just to pay salaries. So where's the extra staff, right? Or are you going to quadruple the pay or salaries for people who are in the employ? These are the questions. It is the very Unity Party that argued that the previous government bloated the payroll. But you're bloating the payroll figures to do what? So who are those that are going to go to collect that money? Even if you hired surrogates as NSA agents, a lot of Dotan come here right here now, because you got to get plenty of spies. When the country get hard, the government is failing, they can't do anything, and the nurses everywhere, internationally, locally, everywhere. The president go there, slapping him, they say, oh, things are tough, blah, blah, blah. So you want to control the narrative. So you put money to the NSA, right, to go ahead and recruit people and put them on $250 monthly, $250 monthly, $150, depending on the level at which you want to use them. But they have passed around and take free money from the government, 2026. You may most likely witness man on man in the town. And you're tyranny in your house.
You are speaking about protests. Let me remind you that the AFL Widows Association are planning a protest They've released a statement. According to them, the government have abandoned them. Nothing is being done as compared to previous government. At least they could chip in, give them 5,000 or bag of rice.
And you know what can happen? When these genuine people are raising their concerns, so what they do, they burn them. These are CDC people. Some of the people husband and say the country, not CDC time.
But those very people protested here on the Weas administration.
Even the FDA people that are protesting, when genuine people with concerns, most of whom are United Party, but should we even be looking at party or looking at the cost of what they are out? Responsible family heads decide to organize themselves and come in the street. The responsible government will listen and stop branding the people. But no, their concerns are not that. Their concerns are not there. You're reading something about the how you call it, the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The budget has astronomically increased. You know why? The president, nephew, or cousin is there. That man is one of those running and supervising the project in Foya. So Shakila Nyumale and Bwaka, they have agreed that after Bwaka, of course, Shakila Nyumale is not going to get any kind of job in this country anymore. So get all he can get for himself. And we have heard from corners that the president issue with Shakila is that that's his retirement job. And that's how you see the deputy minister that resigned before they carry the gear that can defund government there. But I had to leave because the play was unprofessional and it remains unprofessional. Internal Affairs is very much unprofessional. Shakila is running it anyhow he feels. So most of the people that you see there, they're only there to sit down to get a salary, because when you leave a job, where you going to find another job? And these are the things you say we shouldn't talk about. We should just fall for their CDC and United Party and, you know, henge-penge while you're causing the country real harm. And you're trying to, you know, do all you can to keep the people minds programmed to seeing governance only from CDC and United Party, social media, henge-penge. When the real underlying issues are there. You go to JFK, the people are complaining. But again, the nurses, the people say they get control over everybody. All of y'all will come out. Best wishes. Well done for y'all. You know why, Liberians? We do not have a midterm election in this country for the government to know and feel and hear from the people. So a boycott of this kind of government organized program is a strong message to them that we are not saying we don't support you or we're not your supporters, but we are not pleased with how you are proceeding. We believe you got to make adjustment. We believe you got to make adjustment. But if you think you are in competition with CDC, right, and you narrow your minds, right, even though you are complaining, things are not okay for you, you say you'll come out because you put yourself in some kind of numerical war with CDC. No, you have to allow the message to sync with the government that the people are not happy. Trust me, if Liberians can for once boycott the December 6th program, you know what it will do, right? It will remind all of these kids in power, right? It will remind all of them, they will start to think about their future. They will organize themselves well. When you call them, they will respect you, right? When you invite them, they will honor your invitation. They will be looking out there for you. But, oh no, you say you're in competition with CDC. These are opposition. They ain't get nothing to lose. Right? They've decided they're opposition. They ain't get nothing to lose. But you, supporter of the government, and you know very well all of the reports, look at the budget, look at the decisions. Is this a decision that guarantee a prosperous future for you? $22+ million is going to the NSA for unexplained purposes. They cannot tell us. And we are saying we're going to sit down and fold our hands, and you go to JFK and they tell you, say, you can just $150 free medical service. The government said will cancel it. Say money. They're canceling free services at the hospital, but they're taking chunks of money and putting it in secret agents or secret agencies. And somebody said that is a rescue government. What makes that a rescue government? What do you benefit from that? right? How do you feel the work that they're doing? You get intelligence here, Guinea people enter, they pass the border with their uniform all on, and they can't take somebody, they carry the person. So what is intelligence? So what are we using the intelligence for? We're not saying, oh, get rid of it or blah, blah, blah. No, it can be there, but I mean, what justify all of those money for a poor country like Liberia? Over 30% increment in their budget. Over 30 to 40% increment in the NSA budget. You can have all of your issue with the leadership at the police. But look, the police, the immigration, the DA, they need real money. These are the areas where our national security is being threatened daily. Drug kingpins have decided that they will make Liberia a transit point. They have millions. They're doing drugs. And you send drug enforcement officers who thinking that when they be singing, they're working for drugs, passing around and be singing. Right? What sort of intelligence have we invested in for the DEA? The LRS? Go to these agencies and visit the intelligence divisions. You feel sick. You're not even find computer there. They're running a whole country immigration intelligence from cell phone. You're thinking about increasing, when you increase the poor money, you're increasing our securities to the borders. You're controlling who enters Liberia, who leaves Liberia. Then we can sit down in Monrovia and sleep sound. When you increase the DA money, you're increasing the risks of our children ending up as drug users. That's the message you'll be sending. But when you increase the NSA money, you're putting money in the pockets of political criminals.
So the money allocated to this entire budget is an interesting thing. And we have time to go through them lines.
I want to do the security sector.
Yeah,
so when we're done with NSA, we'll go to the police.
Yeah, let's move to the police. So we see.
Right? Because security is key. And so you see the priority of the president, because the budget is crafted to suit the aspirations of the president. It's the president's instruction. The Liberian budget, according to the executive law, is the president's budget. It's the president's budget. So that means that the president do it. So the president said, this is how you want to use the country money. This is how you want to work it. That's his vision for the country money. That's his vision for Liberia. Collect the money, put it in NSA, and then the whole thing vanish. And along the line, they will recast, they will send some money that we saw, the additional 15 million that went to them. Was it 2024, 2025? What is that? And Liberians don't want to speak to these things. But everybody passing around, oh, me, I see this email, oh, me, UP mail. They say that you can't be here, people talking to you, you get invest. He said because you UP. So they UPS, you UPS now, right? They UPS, you UPS. Why you coming in town to come give other people hard time for back arrest? So we are having conversation about the things that can make you. It's not even about UPS or sedition, but rather it's about what has that value to you. That in your country, foreigners will not be talking to you anyhow. But when your country make money, they take all the money you carry to NSA and go keep it there. So when politicians ready, they just put some document together, put it together, they go to take it, they say, oh, intelligent cover. And you can see what they save the country from. So intelligent cover. And even to explain that, according to the law, they not even sort of tell all, but once they say intelligent cover, get them money. And they know how to play on the president in these instances. When they create the scenario, the president will tell everybody to seize everything, even if it is the last money in the bank, you pull outside and carry for them. Yeah, the police people outside there. I see somebody run behind you in the net or something. Call the police. Oh, police come. But how the police will come? Right? Get the people 25 million for the whole year. Look at the size of the police. Look at the division of the police. Look at the jurisdiction that they cover. They are a 24-hour service organization. They are with the people every day and night in the net. No matter you think about lateness for anything, but you can't when it comes to police. No, nobody will say, "Oh, it's late." You want the police to respond at any time. You want the police to respond in the net as if they say or in the day or any time. You believe the responses should be equal. Look at that. That we have to even sell out the integrity of our security to foreign companies. The legislature says there is a stay order on LTM. Yesterday, the police believe that they cannot function. They cannot do this administration of the police. They have come to the realization that they cannot exist without the LTM, and they stay using the LTM. The LTM is still in the traffic, pulling people over, collecting their driver license. And you know what I will tell you? If you present an MOT driver license, they don't honor it. They want you to go to LTM and take a driver license there. Nobody's talking about that in the country. We're taking all of the money and say for goods and services.
Not from the police, yeah.
Right? They're taking all of the money. It gotta be all the way down. Right? They're taking all of the money and say goods and services. But let's hear a few views on the NSA spending and all of that. And this is coming amidst public concerns about where's the Unity Party going to get the money from to construct the multiple headquarters across the country that they have pledged. With this kind of unexplained money going to the NSA. So why does it leave all of the suspicion that the government is using government channels to funnel money for the party? Somebody say, "Oh, you gotta wait the day you come to power, then you'll do your asset recovery." What kind of wisdom is that? What kind of reason is that? Should we prevent the theft from happening, or we should sit down and allow the theft to happen and say we wait and then retrieve it? Do we know what kind of manipulation people are doing with the documents, the documentations? People are hungry; they can settle for anything. They have closed World Trade Center and take all the children's computer and carry it to their homes, and they're work and they're doing these fraudulent documents there. The guys will steal and do all kinds of documents. Any government you come here, you say you won't use document to hold these people, you're not going to hold them. Just grab them. By the mere fact that these discrepancies exist, grab them and put them to Better Yala. You got to rebuild the Better Yala prison detention center. Got to rebuild the Better Yala, equip it, because these are hardcore criminals. All of these people that are stealing the future of this country, they are hardcore criminals. All of them should be there. They will be there for as long as they themselves will confess that yes, the time to Minister of Internal Affairs, yes, Sakila Nyumale, or yeah, we stole money. Say, okay, bring your own document. We'll use your bank statements. We'll use your vouchers. What we'll use to cash your. This is absolutely bad, right? You won't be a party headquarters. You've been existing in the country for 20 some more years. You empower. The very thing you see this is that ordinary party, the post say will not use government money to pay party headquarters. Right? You say, oh, they were being stupid. They were in power for 6 years. You're in power for 6 years. Why you're not based? So what are you saying? You're saying they should have taken government money to pay party headquarters because they're in power. Is that part of the mandate? Is it part of the mandate that because people are elected to political offices to manage the affairs of the state so they can take the money for their personal use? And UP is doing that. And they think they can play smart. And you telling me about, oh, raising fund. How much can you raise? where you got the money from. Right? 3 years ago, could Cornelia Tokpa contribute $50 when she was passing around from one office to the other for gas slip? Could she? And I didn't want to say they're raising money to pay headquarters across the country. The ghost names money she been collecting. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. Let me have my man. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, the police
get this.
I don't know whether it is under the Ministry of Justice.
Take this.
Let's talk to this person right here. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, this is David Q.
David, go ahead.
You see, this man is a lawless, very much lawless. All of the things that you guys have said is money. I think the government has shown to the Nigerian people that they are lawless. I heard them say they're carrying Finabono to court today. If you are carrying Finabono to court, then you should move to Lofa. It's still a $10 million home that is being built, guarded by state security that no official of the government can speak to. If Amadi should be concerned, because if you are on a tax to retrieve assets of government,
my man, we're not talking about asset retrieval thing here.
But it is also part of.
No, it's not part of the one. We're talking about the alarming increment in the NSA budget.
I'm going there.
No, but that what you got to talk to. If you want to talk to Amadi team, I'll cut you off. We'll talk tomorrow.
Media house this morning, and I think the owner of that media house have taken something because the way he spoke to that money, you can get $14 million in the last budget. The previous budget, they budget now. They're giving you $22 million or so. You go down to the Ministry of Health budget. You see all the hospital there, 14 million, and the Embryo Hospital are not catch up. But here as a private institution, they being catch up in our budget. That is something that people should be concerned about. Or somebody should take drum and hang you on their neck and be passing around. Oh, we got billion.
Okay, David. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Hiding numbers. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Ega. Good morning to you, Abu. This is Peter Tenga and I call from my background.
Go ahead.
Abu and Ega, just do your due diligence. Send somebody to the Ralphie Marshall halfway. There's a place there called Pakuru Village. Go and see the mansion Prince Johnson is building in that place. I went there and I was surprised. Via mansion, they got foreigners even doing the construction where the Prince Johnson is building a complete mansion in that place. And there are armed men manning that place day and night. Go and do your fast funding for yourself. Thank you.
Let's talk to another person. 0776.
So they are building mansion while they are breaking down the zinc shack of the poor people. They're building for themselves mansion, and they'll carry bulldozers to break down the homes of the have-not. This is an unfair and unjust society.
Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ega, and good morning, Abu. My name is Otis Barkley. I do join from McDonald Street. Yeah, thank you for the discussion this morning. Well, you know the rescue community just came to learn the steep that what it came for in this country. How can you project $1.2 billion? Okay, it's granted. First of all time in our country history. But what is in there for the common people? But just adding the benefit of the legislature, the executive, funny people. But what is in there? See, fighting DA, you are fighting Josh, one of the resident Jana. But what is there for the DA? But every time you guys, the party puppets, blocking all around the city. Well, thank you for the discussion.
Another person. Morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed from Johnson. Yeah, Abu, If I hear today that the money that in the budget for the police is $25 million, I cry. Gregory Cuomo, who passing around putting police, people passing police officer all around, cannot convey his boss's workers because he claims to be that he loves the police. That's why he always issue arrest for all of citizens who he claims that they go against brutality against the police. Why is going on? So the police officer are there. You people don't be compromised by those criminals, because they are using you people to accomplish their wealth. For them to be successful so they can go tomorrow to live a natural life. You see, the police. So if Gregory Cuomo who passing around telling the police I ain't sack up for them, he cannot increase their salary. He trying to tell me the police are there, but they are there but still go to use them. They're not prioritizing them. They say that it's deception. It is complete deception. That's why we said this man, he changed the police as parity police, and now he cannot meet up with their needs. Some police officers have 3 points. You get them 150. What would do for them? What would do for them? Then you go pay sample for the other person that you go sample that say that they're great star. That you adding a lot and putting in casket, and then you're not able to give them money that will change their life. Thank you, Abu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's talk to somebody else. Morning.
Good morning, Abu. How you guys?
Morning, boss.
I want to further say thank you to you guys for your service to the nation. 2 things put me on my mind. The first one, what I can speak on it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the motorcycle society of our country. I'm from that sector. If you just do your survey, there are every 3 motorcyclists that will die or 1 motorcycle criminal. Why I say that is that raise alarm. I think the rate at which we are dying. Raise alarm. It's like a water and some of all the guys they can chop our hands off. Therefore your own motorbike will chop your hands off. It's scary. You have to get it from you. And we're hearing the rate of astronomically increase in the increment in the budget of the NSC. Basically, what information of those guys, where are they hiding out? Because the issue of mob violence, I'm now expert in criminal justice, but I know that it comes about when the rule of law is not protecting a certain segment of society. When they feel let down by the rule of law or the justice or the judiciary system, is how they go about doing more justice or finance or authority justice. So I think the main thing to do is get the rule of law working for us. For instance, the whole judicial way is indefeasible by those criminals. Getting out of the day, you can't pass them with a new bag. They will take it away from you. I think if the law enforcers are working for us, we'll not do what we're doing. But that $50 is nothing to our motorbike. We buy our motorbike $850. That's plenty of money. It's nothing. So a lot of guys, they have to work on time and avoid those guys from taking our bike and killing us. Then we'll stop what we're doing.
Okay. So let's talk to somebody. Thanks, Peter Sir, for your contribution. Another person. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, you're live. Edmond Carr, please hold on, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to they wouldn't let go. Would it fit in the common citizen? They always share the money and money stuff. What a hospital. What was it? What a university. So it's all for the person and NSA for the executive. When we not on the repair our taxes, then they just they just running their finance below them. And why point just in a very much? Joseph Walker very even a match. So NSA can do it, but they don't know sometimes the rest of the airport. Or they ask them why. Well, very expensive. Because I want to know, honestly, it's not the first one is war. No power war you can go to in energy. And they don't forget all this, forget on a
the front part, they put it to the back pocket. That what is it? God will punish them. The way someone else won't bring people will pay for what they do.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to Edmond Carr from this line. Edmond, morning from the WhatsApp line.
Yeah, thank you. Here, guy, and let me say good morning to Abu as well. This is Edmond Carr, and I'm the visually impaired that keeping this from preparing President Fit to the fire to the lower. You know, that is quite interesting. And I was somewhere yesterday, and they see national security issue in about. So they was making all eyes. Oh, have you guys taken play now? Everybody said no. He said, but go and see national security budget. You know, so things are happening. Even people that are working with them, they are disenchanted about some of the things that are happening because they know that the benefit is not fair with other people. So the question, if even you want to increase budget for an institution, if that's the way you do the increasement from $14 million to straight to the $2 million, you know how much additional a day you added to them. So we asked the Unity Party people then, they are celebrating $1.2 billion, but they don't know what they are celebrating. That's why it's your government that you support. You're hearing the number, you're hearing the figure. You are excited. What is the trickle-down effect? Go there and see what is there for development. What is there for your community role in your community? Why is it there that going to the health sector? Okay? Republican for Kakata, that the scene that happened to Marufia, when you go to Reni, they do the prescription on the paper to give it to you to go outside and purchase it. When you hear about $1.2 billion, you are rejoicing. Here we are now. They have withdrawn the budget, talking about that was an error from the TEPI. You want to tell me national budget? You prepare it. That is a national instrument where partners are viewing it, other people are viewing it. You didn't properly do your work, but they withdrew that budget because of the figure that we are pronouncing. You guys are discussing on other media. They have withdrawn it so they can be able to make some adjustment. How can in the world you give somebody $15 million? Then the next budget year, you brought the same thing down to $4 million. What happened? What was the justification of the $14 million? And if it's the real budget that you're supposed to get $4 million, then what happened with the $11 million that was used the past fiscal year? Are they going to restitute that? So there are so many errors in that budget, but they were thinking, say, Liberia is the Liberia they knew before, where Gafon, they can't stay, the cost, no, and people will not go do due diligence. And he said there was not going to be a budget shortfall. This is the first budget shortfall. Along here, we drew it to make some correction inside, and we already have the first one that he posted. So we'll see the adjustment that we made. We'll see the correction that we made. Here, there is a hospital. That is a private institution. If you think that they are going through some problem, you can provide some subsidy for them. But they come and say you're taking full responsibility of it and then leave other institutions up. We are still investigating. We have a 14 Military Hospital. We have an Amber Hospital. Maybe these are some of the mistakes that they are talking about. They want to correct it.
All right, Edmond.
So in that budget is a complete nonsense that they have put up, but we'll continue to scrutinize it to tell them that, hey, nothing here.
You know that ERW the Republican draft ERW making quotas.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Edmond. Let's talk to this person from this side. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Hagar.
Morning, Hussein.
Yes, my name is Hussein Keo. So I called to just answer a question he asked in regards to where Unity Party going to get the money for to construct a new party headquarters.
Are you the official spokesperson for the committee?
Chair, if you take my call, then maybe you have some due respect. Then you should allow me to also lend my torch.
Okay, so cut that man off. Who not get due respect? Don't come here and be rude. Hey, get off.
Morning.
Move from here.
Talk to this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. Hey, call up here.
0776-104-104-0886-500-104. The numbers you can call us on right here.
You come here, we'll give you free time to talk nonsense
part of the conversation
and justify foolishness in the country, and you won't be rude.
Let's talk to Other people right here from this side. Let's see.
So let's just conclude with this thing. So yesterday again, it said somebody spoke in regards to the FOIA project. You listen to that?
Yeah, I think the
Minister of Public Works.
The Public Works Minister spoke.
The Minister of Public Works spoke. So let's see if we can just get that for our people to hear. He comes. He joined the list of how many public officials now to speak about this? I think three or four different versions or account from the government on this. You know, as Minister of Public Works, they are supposed to approve, proposal for this kind of structure, this kind of BB building. You got to send it and make sure it meets all of the government standards and all of that. You remember the issue with the Musa Ability Bridge? So I think against that backdrop, they generally decided to ask him, and we're interested to hear what the Minister of Public Works says. So let me play from right here quickly. It's very short. It's very brief.
How's that way we do things in the country? And maybe that's the reason for why, as a country, all these years, we continue to struggle with all the resources that we have, with everything that we have, small population. We cannot organize ourselves in a way that we maximize the benefit of our resources. So even in the way we run our institutions, maybe we think it should just be haphazardly done. Everything is about politics. Now, let me say this. I know people are used to just going ahead as organizations, as politicians who, they want to get elected, so they go build roads, they go do some road, get a yellow mission, do their own roads, and they don't have the experience doing the roads. They even remove the layer in ways that is even bad for the road, just what the condition is. They don't do proper drainage system, but they do it for a short time, post it happen, and then the election comes, and then they're voted for. So people are being used to that kind of attitude. People get it sometimes and say, okay, they're going to build their own bridge. The Ministry of Public Works is responsible for that. And that's why I wrote a letter, and just started, I wrote a letter to the legislature. The speaker has a letter to say that when lawmakers, anybody, for example, wants to do anything of such, you have to get authorization for the Ministry of Public Works.
But the point,
I have that letter.
Let me stop you in this thing. This thing is the doing of the government itself. You give legislature, you get legislative projects, you fund the projects. So that means that
listen to me, it doesn't mean because if there's a legislative project, there is a national procedure by which that is done. There is a construction agency or ministry responsible to approve construction around the country.
By law, that's what he's saying. You got to send for right for approval.
No, it doesn't work like that. So I wrote the legislature just to make sure. I even wrote Liz. Liz is a power of government. I wrote Liz. Liz and myself, we having a conversation, and I wrote Liz. Liz were a little adamant. They were doing the same thing. Liz got money. They just do project where I probably were approving it. No, so I went to the PPCC. I wrote the PPCC. Now, no government agency or ministry will get an approval from PPCC. There's no objection for any construction work. PPCC and we've agreed on that. In fact, I told my lawyer for us to put it into an MOU between me and PPCC.
But I think the solution to this problem is that don't get that money to do
It's a political party that wanted to build a bridge in
exactly, Julia. So let me end on this. So I'm just saying, if I'm doing it within the executive, so that means anybody from outside government has to also understand that for you to want to do that, Public Works has to give you the authorization to do so.
So he failed to give instances where he did that with any of the executive, officials or agencies, but he just says, he just made a claim and all of that. So everybody passed by that. That's how our country is. So let's go to the next point on how we compare this response to what we're about to play on a response to the FOIA project, right? When everybody's supposed to be going to the Ministry of Public Works for answer, but this is what he says.
The $10 million.
The alleged $10 million.
$10 million
project because we're not sure of the.
When I have an interview, Jeff.
What kind of embarrassing? So
let's. I can begin to address. Begin to address this. With that project, like I said, with that project, I will leave that with the executive management to speak about.
You got hear that? This man was just bragging that as the Ministry of Public Works, whether LIS, whether PPCC, whether any government agency, in fact, the lawmakers, before they go ahead to do anything and build anything in the country, they must
ensure that they get permission from
the Ministry of Public Works. But when they go to FOIA, they say, I leave that one with Executive Mansion.
Executive Mansion to address. Just want to know.
But the Public Works approve it.
No, you said you didn't.
Public Works, preliminary, of course, we saw it. We saw the
You saw it and you approved it.
Well, again, I would say I would not know what the details are in terms of the construction.
But you say you preliminary approve it, but then you don't know what it is.
What kind of man? Why will you approve for that with that structure?
I would say, please refer to the Executive Mansion to answer that.
Okay.
So it's an embarrassing question, Abu, and he's not in the position to
respond. They're hiding from the people.
So the fact is, Abu, he has just proven again, like we've always said, this entire thing is being clandestinely done because even the Public Works Minister that had to post stop to the construction of a community impact bridge, citizens impact bridge in Bond County. They did same in Bapolu County. Now this guy is telling us, after he has set the tune, set the basis for how project of such should be undertaken and the procedures and everything that should be followed. Now, when it comes to the issue of the quote-unquote $10 million presidential villas in Foya, Lofa County, no, at that point, we should refer, or he's referring the journalist now to the Executive Mansion. You see how deceptive these guys are?
So this is liberal for you. This is the rescue government. This is how the country is being run and all of that. So it only says one thing, that things are not normal in Liberia. This is the height of deception. That the Public Works Minister bragged that in order for anybody to get involved with infrastructure and what have you in a country, you have to seek permission, and that he has went ahead written communications to several agencies, including the legislature, so that everybody will adhere to this, right? And when in fact, the political party did honor that call, wrote its proposal, submitted it to the Ministry of Public Works. The Ministry of Public Works found no problem with it, but yet still they deny the people from carrying it. And what did they say? That they have found money to do the project, which clearly say it was not an approval issue, but it was about who's going to do the project. We don't want you to do it. We will do it. So that was it. So the issue of most ability breach was not about approval or the people, you won't do the cover, they won't do, no, it was not about that. It went to them, they saw the design, molding. Beautiful, that could affect or impact the life of the people in Bond County. But the government moved in to stop it. So right on the back of that, he's asked about the Foya project. The last $10 million villa that's being constructed in Foya. He declined to say anything, and he referred all of us. Say anybody, the Ministry of Public Works say anybody you want to know anything about any building in the country, ask them. But when you want to know about the Foya villa, go to Executive Mansion. So when Librarian decided to take that placard and go Executive Mansion and ask, then say, oh, you're not supposed to bring protests here, right? So, but the people that are supposed to answer, he's on a national platform speaking to the country. He says, go to the mansion and go ask. Then T-Mac followed up and said, but did you approve? Did the ministry approve the project? And said, oh, preliminary, we did trying to say that they approved the project. And when you say that they approved the project, that means you're knowledgeable of it, right? Then you should be knowledgeable about the source of financing, or you should be knowledgeable about some technical details surrounding the project, the ownership and all of that. Because how do you project will not jump from the blue and enter your office for you to approve, right? Somebody has to bring it to your office. Who was that person? And you know some of these technical details. So because he knew the journalists who have pushed him to that, and then he declined, he said, oh, yeah, we can't, and all of that. Librarians, this is what you have. Let's take a few calls and be out of here, man. 0776-104-104, 0865-100-104. plus 231-886-500-104 are the number to call. And of course, you'll be live here. I know this is it, right? This is the fourth in the series of conflicting accounts from the very government on the status of the FOIA project. And I like the consistency of the Liberian media. We're going to insist on asking them these questions everywhere we see them. We embarrass them. We keep talking about it until the facts come out. And the Liberian people are disappointed, Mr. President. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Moses. We're calling from the Watchtower community.
Go ahead.
I'm sure the taking guys just played. It's small. Always listening to the big platform for more education. You see, the public work minister has contradicted himself. He said any project. Listen, first of all, he had a memorandum of understanding with PPCC. That any project that is on tick, it should be a proof of him. But why they asking that question about the $10 million villa and you feel that then you refer the journalist to executive marshal and you say that any project it should be approved by you. Then how can you come again and say they should refer the journalist to the executive marshal and you have just said that any project, any construction, that any contract that you win from PPCC, it should be approved. But PPCC approve the contract, and you, the Republic of Minister, if you approve it, hey, then that comes around and they should go to the.
Yeah, the man saying when the government approves and pass legislative project, the man saying even legislative project legislated before you bid it, you must go to him. But then for your own, you say, another man say go to executive mansion. This is deceptive, right? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, nigga. How are you doing this morning?
We're beautiful. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Dennis Curry, calling from Second Street. Okay, thank you for the topic, brother. You know, one football is looking crazy football strong. But this come around, people say our government will now eloquent, they did, they tried, they did. Now, everything they do in a favor. They can even talk about duplex. They only after in a bono, whereas in a bono, I don't took the money. What about the duplex? What about the LSA boss? They come, the market is bidding. All they want is enough access or because they don't want own that, right? So we just praying, my brother, 2029, we're praying for loneliness. Everybody should be living at that time. All people, for me, I want to be here. See that 2029. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very kindly. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. But that's not how democracy works. People compel democracy to deliver for them. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Monba Jobo Akoni from supermarket. Yeah, the issue with the NSA project is $2 million. So I don't know how the government will give $3 million for salary and then give $18 million for operation. What is saying that? And that $18 million is just like what they didn't share with gain. They're not going to be spent on anything else. What the government keep being wicked to the citizen. Look at the health here. If you look at the health sector now, every time you go there, the poor is going to go buy your home medicine. So it is quite unfortunate for government to allocate to the $2 million just for NSA. That just the no portion of the society. Look at the number of people that went in the NSA and compared to the LMP. The LMP have much people working than the NSA. And there are few people say you go allocate to the $2 million just for people to take it here, and then you deprive the health sector of drugs and medicine. Even the people that work in the health sector, this government came on the matter of rescue. It's not rescue all they are just rescuing themselves. So
okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Ika and Abu.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, Ika and Abu. How you doing?
Fine, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, if Liberian people did not stand and just waiting for 2029 always, these people would deplete the whole country prior to 2029. We have to be very careful.
People
the
are
people
not
printing teachers again. They said they will get to you. They will call you again. December said they will call you. You'll come out. They print the teacher and get to you. You're only useful to come out and wear t-shirt. But you failing government, and you say you still call the people to come. But I know. I remember y'all go there.
no. If I don't have any shirt to wear, let me wear back. Let me sew back and wear it than to wear the green t-shirt. Hello?
Yeah, my brother.
So we have to stand on the line of the Minister of Public Works. He's confused because if you answer that question correctly, he will be dismissed. So he didn't know about the project. He just want to put his head and he referred us to the
the minister he did the preliminary approval. That's what he said.
But I mean, he confused. He don't know why he's saying. Yeah. If you don't know why he's saying, you don't know why he's saying.
Okay.
He doesn't know why he's saying.
Thank you very much. How can people be lying in public service like that? Right? A service of honor and integrity. You did not approve anything thing. But you're lying that you approved preliminarily, and to follow up with you, and then you're dangling, and then you're looking for something to hang on. But this is it. This is what we have. Again, we all have the right to our movements and association, but Liberians, it is you that make the democracy work for you. If we're going to keep settling for mediocrity and allowing a cycle of individuals that will be privileged to always detect how our brain works, how we react to situations, then that's it. So we're going to be a society of complaints and all of that. So when you put people into power for change, and they are contradicting that change, and you speak out, they call you names, they insult you and all of that, but then they get ready, they tell you, say, okay, we'll print t-shirts, and then you wear it, you come outside to demonstrate our political strength. So basically they are saying that you do not have sense, you do not have conscience. They will use the very money that they're stealing from you, and they will use you anyhow, and they will dump you after the program once you come out, and then they'll go on a different radio station and project themselves as being everything. And look, but conscious society, right, reacts to government calls when that government has been delivering, and the reaction is supported, right, by the different improvements that they see and all of that, right? But we can't be reporting these things about your country and your life and all of that. Who cancel free medical services at public facilities in the country? It is this government. Who's affected? You, the ordinary people. You are the one affected. They are not, right? The offices they work in, they make allotments for even their vehicles. Look at what's in the budget for lawmakers' vehicle insurance, right? So your lawmakers will not most likely advocate for you anymore because they are putting whooping millions, hundreds of millions in the budget for self-benefits to take care of their medicals, their car, their generators, and everything else. But when you go to the public facility, even paracetamol, they charge you. You pay it before you receive it. So how is the budget not working for the ordinary people, but only the elite? Good morning. Finally. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning, go ahead.
Guys, the men who be empty-headed and
Your line is bad. Let me replace you with this person. Good morning.
This is the voice of Peter Stein. I call you from Oakland District 4.
Go ahead.
I put here, guys, this is clear. When the head of the state is rocking, nothing will get from the body. Whether it is the budget coming from the body, whether it is that in public works criminal who stole out to 2 million, whether it is the other guys from ESPN who are getting close or gamble, even when they play gamble now in our public broadcasting system.
All over the place, what is just all over. So all I can tell the common people of Liberia is these guys are not in our interest. If they are putting or checking loans for our insurance of car, coming how they will face our roads. They are not going to face roads because their car insurance money is not in the budget. Let us use Article 1. For me, I will always call for Article 3 as is stated. These cancers must be draining out of time. We got to take them out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter Sir. And of course, that concludes the call-in segment right here on the big station, Freedom 87.9. And family, we got to go home. We got to go home. We've played our part. And of course, we'll be here tomorrow to continue the broadcast from exactly where we stopped. There are other issues to look at. And yes, indeed, we will be here to serve you breakfast. Many thanks to all of you that called in, participated through text messages on our different Facebook and of course YouTube feeds. To those of you that just follow, we say thank you so very kindly. And this is how we draw the curtains on this Wednesday morning edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time.